I'll try to finish it. And if it doesn't, then I'll go till 8:30. And but those of
Prabhuji's voice is breaking. Is it
you,
for
not
me?
issue. So we have discussed this.
Hello,
Prabhuji.
your voice is breaking, Prabhuji.
My voice is breaking. Shall I switch off my video for a time being? Let's see.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, sure,
I'm
Prabhuji.
at Villa. That's a problem. It may be like that. Let's see
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay.
Is it now fine? It seems
Yes,
to be.
Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay.
better, Prabhuji. Yes.
Then please bear with like that today. But you all don't switch off your video. I am seeing you at least. Yeah, that will encourage me by seeing your faces. So, uh, we have discussed last time the six characters. We have begun to discuss the six characteristics of devotional service, and we have we have seen the first characteristics. That characteristic, that is Kleshagni. And uh, before I begin, I really want to say to you one thing, that Hare Krishna. I'm audible, na Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I really want to say one thing, that Prabhupada's purport, although I'm showing you some extra documents here that are speaking, but I really say to you, Prabhupada has not, given anything less to us. Only thing, by showing different or speaking from here, there, means Acharyas, I'm doing it because to make the purport of Prabhupada, the descriptions of Prabhupada's NOD more clear to you. As such, everything he has written, whatever Jeev Goswami has written, whatever Vishwanath Chakra Thakur has written, whatever Rupa Goswami has written, which these two acharyas have also not written, Prabhupada has written in his Nectar of Devotion book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's a summary study, and it's literally a summary study. Uh, it's a very, it is written in a Krishna book fashion, the way Prabhupada wrote 10th Canto Krishna book, but it's very profound. So we'll begin, Prabhu, and I request you to read. I'll show you from where to read. Yeah, here this is about Kleshagni. So uh, this Uttama Bhakti is performed at three levels, Prabhu. One, first level is a sadhana level, sadhana bhakti. Second is the bhava bhakti. Third is a prema bhakti. So all these six characteristics are also divided into these categories of sadhana, bhav, and prema bhakti. In sadhana bhakti, two things happens. Has been mentioned by Rupa Goswami. That sadhana bhakti constitutes of kleshagni, and the second one would be, you know, uh, it is, subhata. That what we are going to read right now. Shubhada, Shubha means auspiciousness. These two thing happens in uh, at the sadhana bhakti level. At bhava bhakti level, the next two. Just a minute, bro. The next two also comes into just. So at bhava bhakti level, the next two happens. The next two is no is sudurlabha, and and also the moksha laguta krit, means the moksha becomes insignificant. This happens at bhava bhakti level. Hmm? And at prema bhakti level, the other two comes into that Sri Krishna Akarashani. It attracts Krishna, and the third and the second is also Sandhranand Visheshatma. Very condensed bliss is experienced by that devotee. So saying this, I hope you are clear with sadhana, bhava, and prema. The two characteristics manifests over here. Now over here, now we are reading with beginning with Shubhada. Krishna consciousness is all auspicious, and how it brings auspiciousness in the life of the person who is practicing it. So now you can start reading, Prabhu, if one of you can read it. I'll just show you. Yeah, read Srila Rupa Goswami. Krishna consciousness is all auspicious.
Yeah, okay, Prabhuji. Chandrabhushan Tiwari, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Darshan Bindra, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Vijnana. So,
Please read.
yeah, from this ignorance, right?
Srila Rupa Goswami, the first
Actually,
line.
yeah, actually that text is not visible to me. Can you just scroll? Yeah. Srila Rupa Goswami has given a definition of auspiciousness. He says that
Actual auspiciousness.
actual auspiciousness means welfare activities for all the people of the world. At the present moment, groups of peoples are engaged in welfare activities in terms of society, community, or nation. There is even an attempt in the form of the United Nations for World Health Activity, but due to the shortcomings of limited national activities, such a general mass welfare program for the whole world is not practically possible. The Krishna consciousness movement, however, is so nice that it can render the highest benefit to the entire human race. Everyone can be attracted by this movement and everyone can feel the result. Therefore, Rupa Goswami and other learned scholars agree that a broad propaganda program for the Krishna consciousness movement of devotional, can you scroll please?
Service.
Service all over the world is the highest humanitarian welfare activity. How the Krishna consciousness movement can attract attentions of the whole world and how each and every man can feel pleasure in Krishna consciousness is stated in the Padma Puran as follows. A person who is engaged in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness is to be understood to be doing the best service to the whole world and to be pleasing everyone in the world. In addition to human society, he is pleasing even the trees and animals because they also become attracted by such a movement.
Yeah. So, yes. So now when Prabhupada is explaining Shubhada, which brings auspiciousness, Prabhupada over here ahead is going to give example of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performing Sankirtan in the forest of Jharkhand. Yeah, and we know that he just didn't made the humans heart rendered, but even also he made the animals and plants hearts were rendered. so that so it just does not create auspiciousness in one's own life, the one who's practicing, not just in that person's life, but the one who's practicing Uttama Bhakti, he will create auspiciousness throughout everyone's life. Now, whoever will come in touch with him, you can bring that is why I call that, that is a proper is mentioning, don't go after petty things of making people, giving such just mundane some service to people, education, okay, you may give it, but this is the highest. If somebody is performing that activity, he should know, he is, we should know, this is the greatest auspiciousness that can be bestowed in the whole world is by spreading Krishna consciousness and in one's own life also. Saying that, actually, Rupa Goswami writes, Shubhani Prinanam. He defines this Shubhatattvam as Shubhani Prinanam Sarva Jagatam Anuraktaha Sadguna Sukham Iti Adini Akhyatani Manishibihi. So I'll tell you what it means. He says the main characteristics of auspiciousness are three. It is universally endearing and beneficial. First, it is when we say endearing, means it's pleasing to everyone. No? So you can say four characteristics of auspiciousness is there. It is endearing, it is beneficial for one's own and endearing for everyone. Second, it generates saintly character. Third, it bestows happiness. So saintly character, no, when I say saintly character comes in the life of the person who is practicing it. So Shubhani Prinanam. means Jagat Prinanam. Prinanam word means it benefits everyone. Shubhani. Sarva Jagatam Anuraktata means it attracts everyone. Anurakta, Akarshat karta hai. It attracts everyone. That's the meaning of endearing, is pleasing to everyone. Sad guna sukham iti. It generates saintly characteristics in the person who is practicing it. And adini, akhyatani, manishibihi. So, sukham iti adini is it gives superior happiness and many such things at all. Adi. And many such things also is given to the person who is practicing. So these are four things which is, awarded. Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti bestows these four types of auspiciousness. Shubha. So when it's been said like that, now Prabhupada is mentioning that how in the Padma Puran, he's mentioning there's a verse which says about that a person who's engaged in Krishna consciousness is to be understood to be doing the best service to the whole world and to be pleasing everyone in the whole world, every pleasing in the world. So the Padma Puran verse actually has been also been quoted, which actually means this that one whoever is worshipping Hari, he satisfies the entire universe. Thus, everyone, immobile entities, also hold him dear. Mobile and immobile. Mobile are the living beings, or well, not living being. Means mobile who are who can walk like animals and humans, and immobile entities even like plants. They are also rendered so auspiciousness. This person who is having uttama bhakti, he is auspicious person and uh, holds everyone very dear to him, and everyone also holds him very dear to. Like we say na in Sadgoswami Astakam, Dhira Adhir Jana Priya Priya Karo. No, they are ruffians, and to the Sat Goswamis were very attractive, were very pleasing even to the ruffians and to the people who were also cultured. And they also feel the same for this person who is performing Uttama Bhakti. And everyone wishes to benefit him. And that is why we see these great saints like Srila Prabhupada. Actually, if you have read Lilamrit, you would have seen, many times it is very clearly observed that Prabhupada actually has been helped. Prabhupada disciples, they write in Lilamrit, na, that once time it was written. One time Prabhupada was just sitting at the Bauri, at the loft of the Bauri, you know, and he has just come out of the bath maybe, and he was applying tilak, and all the hippies, 3 4 hippies, devotees, you can say, that time hippies, they were sitting around him. Prabhupada is applying tilak and is talking to them as if like a friend. And although Prabhupada is the acharya, he also acts like the friend, also acts like a teacher, but they were madly attracted to him. No, not just because Prabhupada is acting on a friendly level, they had downsized him. Oh, he's like one of us. No, they were madly attracted. You might be seeing, heard about that. Oh, Prabhupada was very beautiful looking, and he was golden complexion. Yeah, because if you see externally, Prabhupada's beauty is not something to be, very great externally. But people were attracted to him. Why? He's possessing Uttama Bhakti. He's a practitioner of Uttama Bhakti. He is not an Uttama Bhakti of Prema level, you know. So why not? Because one of the characteristics is this, that it attracts everyone. That's very natural. So this is about, attracting everyone and benefiting everyone. We can see many examples. Narad Muni benefit everyone. No, he benefits himself by the Uttama Bhakti. He gets from Narada boy to Narada Muni, right? And then it has also been said that it bestows saintly character. The very famous verse. Now saintly character, Prabhupada will write ahead. Let us read ahead. So Prabhupada over here. Oh, it is where it is going. Prabhupada over here is saying about, yeah, over here, if I'm highlighting to you, The fifth canto verse he is referring to. There's a very famous verse. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarvair guna tatra samasate sura harava bhaktast kuto mahad guna manorathena asati dhavato bahi. There's a very famous verse. It says that anybody who is performing bhakti, yasyasti bhakti, Krishna's bhakti, no, uttama bhakti one is performing, bhagavati akinchana, akinchana. The word is very clear. Akinchan means what? Ahetuki. No, anyabhilashita it is, right? No? One who is performing, automatically what happens to him? Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunai tatra samasate sura. ये सुर लोग जो हैं ना, the suras who are there, the demigods, the saintly qualities come in that person automatically. And then it says harava bhakto. Who are abhaktas, what guna? No gun come to them. Why? मनोरथ है ना, मन के रथ पे बैठा हुआ है, आज अच्छा दिखाएगा, कल बुरा हो जाएगा, कोई भरोसा नहीं उसका, मन के रथ पे बैठा है ना. So, but when he says over here, sarvair gune tatra samasate sura, Jeev Goswami writes very beautifully, Prabhu. Jeev Goswami writes over there, these sura-like qualities are not just demigod qualities. Uh, Demigod qualities so comes in even in goodness, people in goodness, because demigods are in goodness predominantly. They go in passion, ignorance, and goodness. That is there, but predominant mode of them demigod is goodness. But does bhakti only gives goodness qualities in mode of goodness? Jiva Goswami says no, no, sir, that's not the right thing. It gives the quality, begins with the quality of giving, begins with sura like qualities, goodness like quality, goes beyond, it moves towards, it bestows qualities which possessed by the Lord himself. Surely I'm not talking about the 64 qualities. It means, humility and all those things, not the four above, but, it bestows the qualities which are there in the Lord. It comes in the heart of the devotee by the practice of Uttama Bhakti. So, by our own practice, by our own self-control and by practice, we can go up till goodness level of Sura-like qualities. But transcendental qualities comes by its own by Uttama Bhakti. So I am referring to the third, third quality of this Shubhada. Can anybody say, because I don't know where you are with me or not, anybody can say the four qualities, the four characteristics of Shubhada, which I have told you in the beginning?
Prabhuji,
In
it is endearing or pleasing to all.
Yes.
It is beneficial to all. Then
Yes.
saintly character develops, and then it renders happiness.
Yeah. So till now I have explained to you three. The first two are combined, Prabhu. It's beneficial to everyone. It's endearing to everyone. And third is good qualities are, bestowed. These are not just, common quality. These are qualities of, the Lord's quality also comes. So that is why somebody may say to you, that array, if it is written, it is endearing to everyone. Is is beneficial to everyone. It will be endearing. Well, a person will be only be endearing if he has good qualities. So why then again it's been said the saintly qualities come in him? This is the reason why I told you that these saintly qualities are not just the qualities in a mode of goodness which can attract people. These qualities are beyond. These qualities are Prabhu, of Lord's quality which appears, which comes in the heart of that soul. And that is why he is very. That is why it's been the third quality has been mentioned. Third characteristics of this Shubhada has been explained exclusively. Brings saintly qualities in the person. And now, being said like that, actually, very nicely. Oh, okay, we'll read ahead in Prabhupada's purport itself. Okay, on the other hand, read too.
Dhairyavan Ram Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. On the other hand, a person who is not in Krishna consciousness has no good qualities. He may be highly educated from the academic point of view, but in the actual field of his activities, he can be seen to be lesser than the animals. Even though a person is highly educated academically, if he cannot go beyond the sphere of mental activities, then he is sure to perform only material activities and thus remain impure. There are so many persons in the modern world who have been highly educated in the materialistic universities, but it is seen that they cannot take up the moment of Krishna consciousness and develop the high qualities of the demigods. For example, a Krishna conscious boy, even if he is not very well educated by the university standard, can immediately give up all illicit sex life, gambling, imitating and intoxication. Whereas those who are not in Krishna consciousness, although very highly educated, are often drunkards, meat eaters, sex mongers, and gamblers. These are practical proofs of how a Krishna conscious person becomes highly developed in good qualities, whereas a person who is not in Krishna consciousness cannot do so. We experience that even a young boy in Krishna consciousness is unattached to cinemas, nightclubs, naked dance shows, restaurants, liquor shops, etc. He becomes completely free. He saves his valuable time from being extravagantly spent in the way of smoking, drinking, attending the theater, and dancing.
Mm.
One
Go
One
ahead.
who is not in Krishna consciousness usually cannot sit silently even for half an hour. The yoga system, the yoga system teaches that if you become silent, you will realize that you are God. The system may be all right for materialistic persons, but how long will they be able to keep themselves silent? Artificially, they may sit down for so-called meditation, but immediately after their yogic performance, they will engage themselves again in such activities as illicit sex life, gambling, meat eating, and many other nonsensical things. But a Krishna conscious person gradually elevates himself without endeavoring for this so-called silent
Meditation.
meditation.
Go read, complete it. Huh?
Simply because he is engaged in Krishna conscious, he automatically gives up all this nonsense and develops a high character. One develops the highest character by becoming the pure devotee of Krishna. The conclusion is that no one can truly have any good qualities if he is lacking Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, that's so proper is very beautifully writing about that, and very beautifully and on practical practical terms, he's explaining us Shubhada. Actually, you know, he's explaining to us that anybody who's not practicing Krishna, he will have all bad qualities. He may look very good, he may appear very good, he may talk very sophisticatedly, they live in a very maybe in a clean way externally, but the qualities are just a fraction of a time. They may be good right now, and as soon as there's a threat from anybody in terms of even economic loss, thoda bahut bhi, they change the color. That you might have surely seen in the world. All good qualities goes away. The person may be in the best of the cars, in the best of the suits, best of the gogs, everything may they be made. But as soon as somebody touches their car, all bad things comes out of their mouth. Maybe in a sophisticated English word only. But so these qualities of humility, tolerance, and all those ahead also has been said, not just these and Lord's qualities, no, not just goodness qualities, descends in a person's heart who is actually practicing Krishna consciousness very nicely. So the 4:9:47, there's a one verse Bhagavatam that says, Yasya prasanna. Now I'm moving towards the fourth characteristics of Subhada that bestows happiness. It says, Yasya, yes, okay, I'll show you this verse. That's very good verse to be shown. 4 9, 4:9:27, Prabhu. 4:9:47. I'll show you that verse to you. Mm, Yeah. So here now he's been speaking about. I have to stop this. Okay, you actually there's a problem in me sharing it. You can see this. Okay, over here. Yeah, I got it. I'll show
Ah,
you.
yeah.
Be
So you
interesting.
can unshare first, then open and then share again.
Now it's share. It's been shareable.
Yes, yes, Prajit, yes.
You can recite with me. Yasya prasanno Bhagavan Gune Maitri Adibirhari Tasmai Namanti Bhutani Nimnam Ap Iva Swayam. Read one of your translation.
Unto one who has transcendental qualities due to friendly behavior with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all living entities offer honor just as water automatically flows down by nature.
So here now, so this is the verse which has been saying that the transcendental qualities due to friendly behavior with the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears in the heart of the person. Friendly behavior, which has to do with Uttama Bhakti. Then all divinities offer honor to us. Just as water automatically flows down by nature, right now. You pour the water and it will take the slope, right now. You can't, but fire goes against the gravity, and water goes by with the gravity. So like the way the water goes up, or you to say the fire goes no fire, the water goes down, the fire goes up. Same way, the transcendental quality manifest in the heart of the devotee. And this has been spoken in Dhruv Maharaj section. Right now, over here has been said, a devotee of the Lord. Okay, the question may be raised. Read it, Dhruv.
The question may be raised in this connection why Suruchi, who was not at all favorably disposed towards Dhruva, blessed him. Long may you live, which means that she also desired good fortune for him. The answer is given in this verse. Since Dhruva Maharaj was blessed by the Lord due to his transcendental qualities, everyone was bound to offer him all respects and benediction, just as water, by its nature, flows downwards. A devotee of the Lord does not demand respect from anyone, but wherever he goes, he is honored by everyone throughout the whole world with all respect. Srinivasa Acharya said that the six Goswamis of Vrindavan are respected throughout the entire universe because a devotee, having pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of all emanations, automatically pleases everyone and thus everyone offers him respect.
Yeah, that's why we said command respect, don't demand respect. The fact is somebody has to demand respect. Yeah, if the person is not at all cultured, like Prabhupada has to say to some people, pay obeisances, pay obeisances, then you will feel like, okay, that's a different game. Or they are very new. They may not know the etiquette, but they will respect. They may not know how to show the respect. They may not don't know the etiquette, but they will have respect. And that we see in Prabhupada's life also. But he has to teach them etiquette. But Prabhupada commanded respect. Demanding respect means there's a problem in us. Thoda both. Right now, if a person is thoda bit cultured, he will have understanding that I need to respect. Natural respect will show to him. He may not be able to show the respect, but he'll have respect. So this is very clear. Suruchi, she wanted Dhruva to be killed. He should die and should take birth from my womb. Now she is saying, now she is long may you live. How? Because Dhruv Maharaj is possessing Uttama Bhakti. He's a person who has this practice Uttama Bhakti. He's creating auspiciousness wherever he would go. That's a very natural thing. So said like that, over here. So this is what is called as Shubhata. So I'll just tell you one more, and is also saying that so Shubhada is happiness, is Sukha Shubhada also has Sukha Pradatvam. I have told you till now Sadgunadi Pradatvam, and I have also told you, I have also told you about how it produces no Jagat Prani uh, Jagat Prinadi Adi Davya Pradatvam. So Jagat Prinadi Adi Davya Pradatvam. That's Sadguna Adi Pradatvam. And third is about this Sukha Pradatvam. So it bestows happiness. And now Prabhupada over here, actually, from here he begins, at a certain he doesn't follow the krama of these six qualities. He just brings the quality of Santra and the Visheshatma he starts explaining over here. Happiness in Krishna consciousness. Actually, actually these qualities are explained, are mentioned in a sequence wise. After one क्लेशाग्नि के बाद आएगा आपको शुभदा. शुभदा के बाद आएगा मोक्ष लघुता कृत. मोक्ष लघुता कृत के बाद आएगा सुदुर्लभ. सुदुर्लभ के बाद आएगा सांद्रानंद विशेषात्मा. सांद्रानंद विशेषात्मा के बाद आएगा श्री कृष्ण आकर्षणी. This is how the sequence of these characteristics manifest in a person who is performing Uttama Bhakti. Because in this sequence itself, these qualities manifest the sadhana level first to bhava level second to prema level third, the last two. So now Prabhupada over here actually has done one thing. He has not explained in his Shubhada as how it creates happiness in the person who's practicing. Prabhupada takes that into Sadhanananda Visheshatma. You know, that is also right, because happiness comes very condensed bliss. So Prabhupada takes that into and starts moving to happiness and Krishna consciousness. That is why he is not following the krama of these 6 qualities. Now, to read the Sadhanananda Visheshatma, happiness and Krishna consciousness. You are seeing it in the screen? Nahi.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, we are seeing.
Please read.
Gautam Prabhu, can you read?
Yes. Srila Rupa Goswami has analyzed the different sources of happiness. He has divided happiness into 3 categories, which are happiness derived from material enjoyment, happiness derived by identifying oneself with the Supreme Brahman, happiness derived from Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so here he says, Sukham Vaishayikam Brahman Aishwaram Chet Tattridha. These 3 things, happiness, some people get from the object, sense object, second is from the soul, from Brahman, that is Brahman, the happiness identifying from Supreme, oneself with the Supreme, means knowing oneself with the soul. And a third is the happiness arriving from, deriving from Krishna. So these have been said over there, that how these comes into it. So these kind of mystic these kind of mystic perfections actually been said, not just these happiness, but mystic perfections, everlasting sensory pleasure and liberation, and eternality and supreme bliss manifest from devotion to Govinda. No. So that is why we have heard that mystic power siddhis, wait at the door of the pure devotee, are waiting that when he will engage me in his service. But he is not interested into it. That's a different thing. So, and and Prabhupada, and you may say, Prabhupada, where he showed his mystic power, Prabhupada said to that fellow who has come to show magical feats, very famous name, PC Sarkar, senior. So he was showing some magical feats. He was creating pigeon out of the handkerchief and all those things. And devotees were very amazed. But no, and then he asked Swamiji, can you show your magic? Prabhupada said, my magic is heart transformation. He was a hippie, now he's a devotee. And then PC Sarkar said, this I can't do. So this also is a mystic. No, wondrous mystic perfection. This kind of mystic doesn't exist in this material world. At most, anima, proper that also you write ahead. Anima, lagima, and all those things. You will read over there that time. What about that? Everlasting sensory pleasure. But this everlasting sensory pleasure is not at the level of, these are appearing, bhukti. Actually, it is at the gate of the devotee. They are just awaiting, please. And that is why we see so much. Like Prabhupada was given 7-star suit in a Hilton hotel, where he has gone to meet Buddhijan Prabhu. Hilton hotel, 7-star suit it is. So a lot of sensory pleasure, but they are not interested into it. Mukti is also awarded to him. And like Prabhupada said, Okay, if you don't want to leave, you don't want me to leave. Okay, I'll postpone it. Prabhupada said once while he was in a departure, when at the time of the departure. But after that, he says, no, 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 no. It's better I depart. Because he's asking he's asking, the devotees are asking, Prabhupada, how will maintain if you leave us? Prabhupada said, okay, you don't want me to leave this world? They said, no. And Prabhupada says, call GBC and have a meeting whether I should leave or not. But they follow and they say, Prabhupada, all of us are agreeing that you must stay in this world. I was like, okay, I'll stay. But after some days, Prabhupada says that no, sufficient is done, I'll move. And then that's how the departure of Prabhupada is being arranged. Arrangements for they have understood that Prabhupada will depart. So I'm just saying Mukti is there in the land, Shaswati and eternality, but supreme bliss, Nityam cha Paramanando Bhaved. How? Govinda Bhakti Tihi. By manifestation of devotion to Govinda, these things comes mystic perfection, sensory pleasure, but these things are not Siddhi, Bhukti, Mukti. These devotees are Brahma Sakyam. These are not at all looked by a devotee because he gets Paramananda, Aishwara Sukha. Why he would be right now? So that's been said over here. Okay, now read ahead in Tantra Shastra.
In the Tantra Shastra, the Lord speaks to his wife Sati in this way: My dear wife, a person who has surrendered himself at the lotus feet of Govinda and who has thus developed pure Krishna consciousness can be very easily awarded all the perfections desired by the impersonalist, and beyond this, he can enjoy the happiness achieved by the pure devotees.
Yeah, go
Happiness
ahead.
derived Happiness derived from pure devotional service is the highest because it is eternal. The happiness derived from material perfection or understanding oneself to be Brahman is inferior because it is temporary. There is no preventing one's falling down from material happiness, and there is even every chance of falling down from spiritual happiness derived out of identifying oneself with this impersonal Brahman.
So here Prabhupada is explaining that how Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, Bhukti, Mukti, and even Brahma Anandam. These are temporary, because temporary the Brahmanandam, experiencing oneself with the soul and being situated in a Brahman platform. That from there also some people fall. No. So it is temporary and it is not very so bliss is there. We agree that the bliss is there in Siddhi. People feel bliss. Na? Prabhupada is going to write about Siddhi now. People feel bliss by gaining some control. But what control? And some you may be one controller, some may be one kind of controller. For sure, please know, above greater controller than him also exists in this world. So he will control over him. Like a team lead controls the employees, the engineers below him. No, he's having some kind of sukha. But he also remembers. I am also controlled by project lead right now. Project lead will show his exert his control over team lead. Project lead might have a project manager above him or project director over him. Project director will have vertical head over him. Vertical head over him will have the VP over him. The VP over him will have a board of directors over him. Everybody, and board of director has a chairman over him, and above chairman, government is there, state government, central government, so many bureaucracy is there. No, so everybody in this material world will have somebody over top over him. So there's not much control. No, and it goes away. Why it's temporary? Because higher fellow will control over you, what you will do. And it's temporary. Today, whatever siddhi a person may have, that may go away with the life at least. Hmm. So Prabhupada says these all are not, bliss is there, but it is not a condensed bliss. Sadhranand Visheshatma. Right now, Sadhranand. It's been said like a milk and rubbery. They're different, right? Mm, we can't compare even the material happiness to with milk, but even if somebody has to compare, you can understand, the difference between milk and rubbery or khoa or whatever you understand. So these people actually is not so. And now I'll show you something from straight from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It will be good for you. Yeah, you are able to see. I see confirmation from you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So now you Sandrananda Visheshatma. You recite after me. Brahmanando Bhavadesha Chet Praradha Gunikritah
चेत प्रारब्ध गुणीकृतः
Naiti Bhakti Sukham Bodhe
नाइति भक्ति
इति
सुखं
भक्ति
बोधेः
सुखं बोधे
Paramanu Tulam Api.
परमाणु तुलम अपि.
परमाणुतुलं
Read the infinite bliss.
The infinite bliss that arises from attaining self-realization is an infinitesimal drop in the ocean of bhakti's happiness.
Yes. That's why I made you read. Infinite bliss that arises from attaining self-realization. Surely self-realization is not a chota bliss. It's an infinite bliss. But infinitesimal, but it is even not an infinitesimal drop in the ocean of bhakti, sukham bodhe. No. That is even parmanu. The bhakti sukham bodhe means, it's an ocean. उसमें एक परमाणु है. परमाणु means you understand molecule. परमाणु मतलब molecule or atom. Atom, right? Na? One atom of H2O, an ocean of H2O. No, no, can you an ocean of water and an atom of H2O? What contrast is this? That's when okay, but that atom of happiness, which is what people get from attaining self-realizations, itself is an infinite bliss in comparison to people who are looking for sensory pleasure, sensual pleasure, bhakti, mukti, siddhi. So that is when the Sandhra Ananda Visheshatma. Right. Then, after quoting this, this definition of Sandhra and Visheshatma, he says from Hari Bhakti Sudodaya, please read this. Being in your direct company,
Being in your direct company generated the ocean of pure bliss in which I am now plunged. In comparison, even the happiness self-realization seems as small as a puddle in a cow's hoofprint, O teacher of the world.
it has been said that please understand self-realization itself is a very big thing. We may sometimes see a Paramatma-vadi or a Brahmavadi. They may be absorbed. We may say, अरे वाह, इतना तो मैं भी ऑब्जर्व नहीं हूँ. हम तो बोल रहे भक्ति कर रहे हैं, सुनो बहुत ऊपर का प्रैक्टिस है, लेकिन यही लगता है अच्छा है. नो नो नो, डोंट गो आफ्टर दैट. You will be cheated because what is highest over there? What is highest over there actually is just uh, like in a small puddle. है ना, puddle में काफ के हुक प्रिंट में कितना पानी आएगा, उतना ही सुख सुख है वहां पे. और वो हुफ प्रिंट ऑफ अ काफ और ओशन, क्या क्या why to compare? There's no comparison. Why to make any comparison? So yeah, and think about sensual pleasures. Wow, how low it is, you know. So so this is Susanthan and Visheshatma. No, that's a very, so we should be very happy about that. Although we have been said दुखालयम, ये जगत क्या है? दुख का आलय है. हाँ, दुख का आलय है, लेकिन भगवान ने सुख का आलय भी खोल के रखा है. ये बोलने, ये हमारा वर्ड, आर ड्यूटी इज टू मूव. वी आर लुकिंग फॉर सुख. लॉर्ड हैज नॉट बैंड नो sukha. Yes, said, come on, not don't go at this place. Don't be at this place. Come to me, I'll award you. Come to my bhakti, even you are in that place, I will award you. It's very natural. So that's that kind of happiness comes. So okay, now this read. He says, and how that happiness begins with that is over here, Prabhu.
Those
Tavat
who
just a
uh,
minute. Tavat katha amrita patho gho viharanto mahamudhe kurvanti कृतन्यः केचित् चातुर vargam trinopamam. See, it begins with Prabhu. Tavat katha amrita. Right now. Now read Bhavat Deepika. What is it?
in the Bhavarti Deepika, those who enjoy hearing of your ambrosial pastimes alone truly consider the four goals of life to be like a straw.
Yeah. जो भगवान के one who is hearing katha amrit patha goho viharanto महामोदय अरे he is in brochure past tense who is विहर कर रहा है कुर्वन्ति कृतना केचित चतुर्वर्गम ए धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष it's like a straw why to go for that you know sure so that's been no that's been said now we'll read just Prabhupada's purport to NOD about this and then we'll finish off today's class bro. So no here now it has been just a minute yeah so it's been said Mayavadi sannyasis and all what to say about them these are any of these fellows are in mundane affairs sorry Prabhu yeah I don't know why so just yeah over here now what's what happened is the problem of value education children start calling then they don't stop yeah please read now here from a mystic perfection
Gautam Prabhu, you can continue.
The mystic perfections achieved by actually successful yogis are eight in number. Anima Siddhi refer to the power by which one can become so small that he can enter into a stone. Modern scientific improvements also enable us to enter into stone because they provide for excavating so many subways, penetrating the hills, etc. So, Anima Siddhi, the mystic perfection of trying to enter into stone, has also been achieved by material science. Similarly, all of the yoga siddhis or perfections are material arts. For example, in one yoga siddhi, there is development of the power to become so light that one can float in the air or on water. That is also being performed by modern scientists. They are flying in the air, they are floating on the surface of the water, and they are traveling under the water.
go ahead Prabhupada explains each of these siddhis
After comparing all these mystic yoga siddhis to materialistic perfections, we find that the materialistic scientists try for the same perfections. So actually there is no difference between mystic perfection and materialistic perfection. A German scholar once said that the so-called yoga perfections had already been achieved by the modern scientists, and so he was not concerned with them. He intelligently went to India to learn how he could understand his eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord by means of
Yo.
bhakti yoga, devotional service.
So now Prabhupada has explained that how we are also modern scientists are making us enter into stone to tunnel. Then okay, what's so great? So Prabhupada is explaining that about and that is why the scientist is saying that see these are intellectual pleasures, materialistic intellectual pleasures. Bridges making, tunnel making, whatnot people are making, floating submarines, and even they are uh, from some from ocean one jet fighters can take off and go and put the bomb in the enemy country. Okay, these all are there. Can make the ship float on the water or under the water. Is that anima? If you're looking for that, If somebody is looking, please know this bliss is there. Some intellectual pleasure is there. That's been said is a pleasure. It's a fig. We code specifically, you are maybe an IT. We code, and when it starts to, I don't know, I used to have earlier. Now, when you start to debug, one bug gone, second bug gone, and people feel, yes, I have done it. And when it runs the program, my Lord, if you have made your own logic and you do it, gives an intellectual pleasure. And I hope I understand that every one of you will have some of them, something like that. But please understand that pleasure is nothing. It's nothing in front of what Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti awards us. You can just think about when people get intellectual pleasure, they give up sensual pleasure. What about that pleasure? So, that is why that is very high. So Prabhupada now he says that, okay, read of course in the category of the mystic perfection.
Of course, in the categories of mystic perfection, there are certain processes which the material scientists have not yet been able to develop. For instance, a mystic yogi can enter into the sun planet simply by using the rays of the sunshine. This perfection is called laghima. Similarly, a yogi can touch the moon with his finger. Though the modern astronauts go to the moon with the help of spaceships, they undergo many difficulties, whereas a person with mystic perfection can extend his hand and touch the moon with his finger. This siddhi is called prapti or acquisition. With this Prapti Siddhi, not only can the perfect mystic yogi touch the moon planet, but he can extend his hand anywhere and take whatever he likes. He may be sitting thousands of miles away from a certain place, and if he likes, he can take fruit from a garden there. This is Prapti Siddhi. The
This
modern
this Siddhi is dangerous Siddhi. Can you imagine? Just extend your hand and you can pluck you can pluck flowers from the neighbor. You can do anything. किसी के घर में आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. You can open the fridge of that neighbor and take out whatever you wish to. Nobody has. Good, nobody has. Go ahead.
The modern scientists have manufactured nuclear weapons with which they can destroy an insignificant part of this planet. But the Yoga Siddhi, known as Isita, one can create and destroy an entire planet simply at will. Another perfection is called Vasita, and by this perfection, one can bring anyone under his control. This is a kind of hypnotism which is almost irresistible. Sometimes it is found that a yogi who may have attained a little perfection in this Vasita mystic power comes out among the people and speaks all sorts of nonsense, controls their minds, exploits them, takes their money, and then goes away. There is another mystic perfection which is known as Prakamya magic. By this Prakamya power, one can achieve anything he likes. For example, one can make water into enter into his eye and then again come out from within the eye. Simply by his will, he can perform such wonderful activities. The highest perfection of mystic power is called Kama Vasayita. This is also magic, but whereas the Prakamya power acts to create wonderful effects within the scope of nature, Kama Vasayita permits one to contradict nature. In other words, to do the impossible. Of course, one can derive great amounts of temporary happiness by achieving such yogic materialistic perfections.
Ah, now the whole reason why I made you read all this is now Prabhupada is mentioning over here. The foolish people, foolishly.
Foolishly, people who are enamored of the glitter of modern materialistic advancement are thinking that the Krishna conscious movement is for less intelligent men. I am better off being busy with my material comforts, maintaining a nice apartment, family, and sex life. These people do not know what that at any moment they can be kicked out of their material situation.
Ah, so please understand, these all siddhis is all kind of power, which people, everybody is hungry, materially Materialistic people are hungry for power because power gives them a sense of control, proprietorship, and even enjoyership. That's what the whole world is moving around. This is this all are just a fig. And so one has to know, one has to always keep his eyes fixed where I have to go, what awaits for me. Don't get stuck up with something very cheap. Go ahead, make your journey, make a fast forward journey ahead. Don't just stop with any of these things of exerting of control and proprietor and enjoyership mentality of this world. It's a cheating. It's a cheating happiness.
Bro, ghee fry karo paneer.
Hare Krishna. I understand you have to cook now. So, uh, so anyhow, this is about Prabhu Sandran and Visheshatma, and Prabhupada also says about many things. But I end over here. We'll continue with this tomorrow. And if you have any questions in 2 to 3 minutes, you can ask, else I end. I hope it is now no more. My screen is visible to you still.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'll make it now. Yeah. Yes, bro. Any questions, anybody? No question, then it's well and fine. I'm over here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro.
Prabhuji, you were like today mentioning about the qualities. So in that, just I want to understand some difference between, like you were mentioning that transcendental qualities are the one which will appear in the one who is on the, like, yes, Asti Bhakti, that verse you quoted, and there are some normal qualities as well. So means
Normal
qualities,
quality.
goodness kind of. So what that difference is there between these two qualities?
Oh, huge difference, Prabhu. Huge difference. Good qualities are like Sama, Dama, Tapa, Sapa, Saucha, right now. But those qualities are the qualities which actually, Lord possesses in terms of, see those qualities, these mode of goodness qualities, you know, ca- can can go away from us, or you can say these are in very small quantity. Krishna's quality, you know, is a huge. I just give an example to you. Uh, See, you just see now, Sukhdev Goswami heard two verses. One about the glories of the beauty of the Lord. Second is the glory of the qualities of the Lord. Right? Na? And that's how we turn to hear Bhagavatam. Aho Bhakiyam, Stanakala Kurtam. Anybody have you seen somebody has come to kill us and we award him as a Dhatri? Any uh, this mundane world, have you seen such a quality being manifested? Right? So just I'm giving an example to you. Yeah. So, and Lord Chaitanya's, there are many much more. So this is just so it is in a very small quantity, right? No? Surely there are, so the Lord's quality when it comes, the person is extremely attractive because he has no ego. See, even in a Brahmana quality have some ego, right? No? So come and Jnanam, and that brings something. Lord's quality when it comes, it's beyond the material world. It's huge in quantity, huge. That's what I would say. When we go to the 64 qualities of Krishna, we'll over there will refer to you something. But at least understand that this Aho Bakiyam Stanaka what it is. Any more, bro? Okay, let's end over here. I hope. You have anything, then fine, else I move toward because you all have to go also for your company. Chalo, let's go. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tomorrow will be
Right.
7, Prabhu. Join on time.
Yes,
You joined.
Prabhuji.
I joined late. Sorry for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Bring your questions if you have tomorrow.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Those who are here right now, please read NOD book. Don't depend, else you will get many questions once I close it down, and that will be very late to catch me then. Read it, many questions may come to you. Yeah, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Who feedback give to Shantanu Kaur?
Yeah, please give. I'll be very happy.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.